More OBH. Lisa Rinna reveals why she supported dad's assisted suicide. Actress and television personality Lisa Rinna recently talked about her father's passing, which was by assisted suicide, nearly a decade later. Speaking on her podcast series with her husband, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star touched on the process of assisted suicide. In addition, she also opened up about her feelings at the time and following her father's death. Lisa Rinna's father, Frank, passed away in 2016 at the age of 94. As an actress, Rinna is known for her roles on soaps including Days of Our Lives and Melrose Place. She would later become known for starring in the reality series, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Rinna and her husband Harry Hamlin also host their own podcast series, Let's Not Talk About the Husband. Recently, Rinna touched on a painful subject while discussing her late father. As noted by People, Rinna revealed her father Frank had died by assisted suicide back in 2016. He was 94 at the time of his death. As Hamlin shared, Frank's quality of life had diminished, and he wanted to end his life. In Oregon, it was noted, "You're permitted to check out when you want to check out," due to the Death with Dignity Act. Rinna noted, "When they set their mind to this, they're ready." She also noted that her father was in pain and really unhappy with life. However, Rinna shared that she did have mixed emotions about what would happen. She noted, "You want to support your loved ones. You want to support what they want to do. But you're going to watch your parent kill themselves." That said, Rinna noted that her father wanted it so badly, with her mother also signing off on it. This caused Rinna and her half-sister to accept his choice. Rinna then began to explain the assisted suicide process. Things lasted from 3 to 6 months, with 2 doctors signing off on his terminal illness. The process took place within a hospice situation. A death doula was on standby. Frank was required to drink the juice or whatever that would terminate his life. Rinna noted, "You can't administer it to somebody." Hamlin added, "It has to be a willful act on their part." The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star discussed her father's last moments. Rinna continued, "The pills were supposed to come on a Tuesday, so when they set their mind to this, they're ready. So they didn't come till Thursday." She continued, "And my dad was so mad that the pills didn't come." When the pills eventually come, Rinna and her half-sister helped administer the pills to Frank. They notably played Frank Sinatra music for him, helping to set the scene. Rinna mentioned, "It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the light was coming in, there's a lot of real beauty behind it. We were playing some beautiful, also some yoga-type beautiful music. But then, you mix it in the orange juice, it tastes like it's sour. But he's got to drink it down, so you hand it to him and he drank it." The star noted that the drink didn't work immediately. She shared, "It doesn't happen right away, it took 45 minutes. Rinna added, "They just fall asleep, and it's not anything gruesome." The death doula was also there to administer morphine if needed. In the end, however, Rinna needed time before she could publicly talk about what happened. As she mentioned, "I had started the show, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I think it was just too painful at the time." Lisa Rinna, the bold and often controversial star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, has never been one to shy away from difficult conversations. Whether it's stirring the pot at a dinner party or exposing deep family secrets, she has always lived by her personal mantra, "Own it." But in a rare, deeply emotional moment, Lisa recently opened up about one of the most challenging decisions of her life, supporting her father's choice for assisted suicide. The revelation, which came during an intimate interview, left many fans in shock and admiration. While Rinna has always been candid about her family struggles, the decision to publicly address her father's passing with such transparency was unexpected. Yet, for Lisa, it was an opportunity to advocate for something deeply personal, dignity in death. The painful journey. Lisa's father, Frank Rinna, was a strong, independent man who had spent his life providing for his family. He was a war veteran, a hard worker, and a man of principle. But as he aged, he was plagued by debilitating health issues that robbed him of his autonomy. He had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in his later years, and as the condition progressed, his quality of life deteriorated drastically. "He was always so strong," Lisa recalled, her voice cracking with emotion. Watching him lose his ability to do the things he loved was heartbreaking. It was like seeing the light in his eyes slowly dim. As the disease advanced, Frank's pain became unbearable. Simple tasks turned into insurmountable challenges, and he expressed increasing frustration over his loss of control. Lisa, who had always been incredibly close to her father, found herself torn between wanting to hold on to him and recognizing his suffering. It was agonizing. He didn't want to be remembered as someone who wasted away in pain. He wanted to go out on his own terms, she shared, and that's when we started having the tough conversations. A controversial choice. Assisted suicide, also known as medical aid in dying, is a contentious topic, particularly in the United States. While some states allow it under strict regulations, it remains a divisive issue. Frank Rinna, a pragmatic and determined man, had made up his mind. He didn't want to suffer needlessly, nor did he want his family to watch him wither away in a hospital bed. Lisa admitted that initially she struggled with the idea. "I was raised to believe that you fight for life no matter what," she explained. "But then I asked myself, what kind of life was he really living? Was it truly living or just existing in pain?" After much soul-searching and long, tearful conversations, Lisa came to understand her father's perspective. With the support of her family, they honored his wishes, ensuring that his final days were spent in peace, surrounded by love. The backlash and support. When Lisa first spoke about her father's decision, she braced herself for criticism, and indeed, some fans and critics alike voiced their disapproval. The stigma surrounding assisted suicide remains strong, with many arguing that it goes against moral or religious beliefs. But for every critic, there were just as many supporters. Countless individuals who had witnessed loved ones suffer in their final days reached out to Lisa, thanking her for shedding light on the difficult topic. Some even credited her story with giving them the courage to have similar conversations with their own families. "I never expected this kind of response," Lisa said. "I just knew I had to be honest about it. If my story helps even one person feel less alone in making this kind of decision, then it was worth sharing." A new purpose. Since opening up about her father's passing, Lisa has become an advocate for end-of-life rights. She has used her platform to promote discussions around assisted suicide, emphasizing the importance of personal choice and dignity in death. In addition to speaking out, Lisa has collaborated with organizations that support patients with terminal illnesses, hoping to ensure that families have access to compassionate care and proper guidance. She recognizes that not everyone will agree with her perspective, but she remains steadfast in her belief that individuals should have the right to make decisions about their own lives. "This isn't about me," Lisa said. "It's about giving people the freedom to choose how they say goodbye. No one should have to suffer unnecessarily when there are humane options available." Honoring her father's legacy. Though Lisa continues to grieve her father's passing, she finds solace in knowing that he left this world on his own terms. She remembers him not as a man who succumbed to illness, but as someone who took charge of his fate. "I see him in everything I do," she reflected. "In my strength, in my ability to stand up for what I believe in. He taught me that. He faced death the same way he faced life, with courage." For Lisa Rinna, this experience has been transformative. While she will always be known for her feisty RHOBH persona, she has shown the world another side of herself, one that is deeply compassionate, brave, and willing to take on life's toughest challenges head-on. "I'll always be his daughter," she said, smiling through her tears, "and I'll always fight for the things that matter, just like he did." Lisa's story is more than just a personal revelation. It's a call to action for empathy, understanding, and the right to die with dignity. And in true Lisa Rinna fashion, she won't back down from that fight.